The battle for Kyiv has begun. This residential building, the latest target as Russia continues its march on to the capital. Residents evacuated as buildings came under heavy artillery fire. Another sleepless night as explosions and gunfire reverberated across the city. As the Russian offence edged closer, nothing was safe in its path.
Самолет опять. Ебать, видели?
A defiant Ukrainian president filmed this video from the streets of Kyiv, telling his people and the invaders he wasn't going anywhere. The president rejected an offer to be evacuated from the country by the US military, vowing to stay.
Russian troops are closing in on the capital. Their military vehicles have been filmed entering the city. And in the last few hours, multiple explosions have been reported. Exact figures are unknown, but there are reports of large numbers of Ukrainian casualties, both military and civilian, since the invasion began, and of Russian military deaths. Streams of people in cars and on foot have been crossing from Ukraine into Poland, Romania and Hungary. The UN Refugee Agency believes up to 5 million people may try to flee abroad. There's fierce fighting in many parts of the country, with Russian troops advancing from the north, from the east and from Crimea in the south. But tonight, all eyes are on Kyiv. There have been exchanges of fire in the north of the city, which was reached by an advance party of Russian troops. Ukrainian authorities say 18,000 machine guns have been handed out to volunteers who want to defend their capital, while Russia claims it's taken control of the Hostomel airfield to the northwest of the city, important for international cargo and a key military airbase.
Now, Russia has vetoed a draft UN Security Council resolution that would have deplored its invasion of Ukraine. 11 members voted for the US drafted text, while China, India and the United Arab Emirates abstained.
Not really surprises, but you could say that for a while there were some questions about which way Brazil would vote. It was seen as a sort of a swing voter, and it supported this resolution. So you might say that that's somewhat of a surprise. And there were also questions as to how China would vote. Would it take an even harder line and vote against the resolution, but it abstained. This is not quite the sort of spectacle of isolation that the United States was hoping for, but it did get 11 votes in favour. But then perhaps you could argue that those abstentions show that countries don't all see eye to eye on how to deal with this situation.
So, as you've been hearing, NATO's 30 member states are holding a meeting in Brussels to discuss how to respond to Russia's attack on Ukraine. The alliance's eastern members are concerned about their security, including Lithuania, which has now declared a state of emergency. And NATO is likely to decide whether to deploy its response force to Eastern European countries as a result.
What we have warned against for months has come to pass, despite all our efforts to find a diplomatic solution. Moscow bears sole responsibility for the deliberate, cold-blooded and long-planned invasion.
Now, 3 German Air Force fighter jets have flown to Romania to support NATO's mission there. That follows several other troop deployments. American and British warplanes also there to reinforce the NATO alliance in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, you need to see this as the sort of gesture that the Germans can do straight away, as it were, to bolster the Romanian Air Force and to send a message that, OK, we're with you. We understand the concerns you have given what's unfolding. on your doorstep, as it were, in Ukraine. It's clear that these 3 Eurofighters will not be used in any way in Ukraine. They're there to provide some reassurance, although it is only 3 Eurofighters. It's not 3 squadrons of Eurofighters.
Russia banned UK airlines from its airspace on Friday. It appears to be a tit-for-tat move after Britain banned Russian flights from landing. British Airways said it would reroute services to Asia in response. Virgin Atlantic said the same, apologising to customers for longer flight times to countries like India and Pakistan. Flight tracking apps showed planes from both carriers taking a southerly route to avoid Russia. It's all just one aspect of a mounting problem for air travel firms. Airspace in Ukraine, Moldova, parts of Belarus and southern Russia has been shut since Ukraine was invaded on Thursday.
Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenskyy said on Saturday that its Western allies have agreed to send more weapons to Ukrainians to defend their country against Russian invasion. After a conversation with French President Emmanuel Macron, Zelenskyy informed that weapons and equipment from our partners are on the way to Ukraine. The anti-war coalition is working, he wrote on Twitter. He also tweeted saying, "A new day on the diplomatic frontline began with a conversation with Macron." Meanwhile, the French president has warned that the world must prepare for a protracted war. If I can tell you one thing this morning, it is that this war will last. This crisis will last, this war will last, and all the crises that come with it will have lasting consequences.